And I guess this has been going on for a couple of years, man. I think you said 5 to 6.
Yeah.
And so what's really driving the need to actually address this now, though?
Oh, I mean, there's no time like the present, man. Like, I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah, definitely, man. That makes sense, man. And I appreciate you sharing.
Okay,
And,
pause.
and actually,
So fair job. So that's like a trap. I threw a trap, like a booby trap. So with the urgency and the now, like the why now, that's a really good place to challenge people, right? Is because like I'm not getting any younger. Should answer. This guy's been dealing with this shit for 5 or 6 years. So like that's a really, really good question to start focusing on as far as like, hey, we could probably challenge here, and just being really aware of the type of answer that we're getting back, right? So it's like, hey man, I'm not getting any younger. It's like, well, I mean, none of us are, man, but like realistically, what really has you looking at making some changes now? Like, just be real with me. And if you get another answer, you loop back in till you really get something like solid as far as like truly understanding like what the going on now, right? Because driving that level of urgency will help the prospect like actually show up to the next call, because it'll be like, I actually have a problem. Otherwise, we just kind of let them down and we kind of keep them in like fugazi land, right? It's like, oh yeah, things are all right, man, I'll change it when I want. But that's a really good place to challenge.
Yeah. What about go on, I was gonna say, look, dude, like you've been going 5 years already, like why not just keep going for another few years?
Yep. So there's different tools around that specifically, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like, well, 5 years is, yeah, exactly. Just push back on them, right? So that'll show up in different ways. I wouldn't say there's like a, bake this cake in this order for that specifically. No, yeah. It's just like, hey man, we need to push back. We need to get a better answer. Other ways in that area are kind of like yeah, why not? Like, it's been 5 or 6 years already. Like, why not another 5 or 6 years? Or just be real with me, man. Like, none of us are getting younger. Like, for you specifically though, what really has you looking at making a possible change now though? And like, what has you looking at making a change now? Like, why not 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago? Why not 2 months from now? Has anything like changed or shifted recently that really has this becoming a bit more of a priority for you? So it's just like staying in the pocket and really saddling kind of, you know what I mean, in that area. That will be a really big difference between doing a pure outbound and doing an outbound triage, is because we have a longer conversation with more context, more problem, more pain. We now have grounds to stay in conversations and push back more. On an outbound call, man, like we just kind of, it's like we just got in the elevator. We can't be going around really challenging people. You kind of come off as an absolute though. But here, it's like we have a lot of context to challenge now. And we can like weaponize things that they've been saying upstream, to put it bluntly. It's like, man, and again, if we don't challenge people, we let them down, right? They get off the call, they think everything's peachy, and they just stay exactly where they are. But that's like a linchpin, that why now urgency question. That's like a linchpin or a lever in the conversation that will really draw out like good answers. Oh, man, just time to make a change. Well, why wasn't it time to make a change 6 months ago? What's kind of changed for you? Like what has you saying that? What's behind that for you? Right?
Would you ever push back really hard and be like, you don't need to make a change? No one's forcing you, dude. Like, sometimes we get it in bills at the end. It's like, I want to do it. Like, you don't have to do anything, buddy. Like, it's
yeah,
not
that's probably
my life.
That's probably further downstream. Like,
fine, okay.
That's probably like super, because you've had like a full conversation at that point, and that's more of like straight fear handling. I would say this is just more challenging. Yeah.
When people say been doing research, I always love to say, and how's that research working out for you? Yeah. They're always like, oh, it's done nothing. It's just like a little slap in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine. Okay.
And like earlier, when I said I haven't really been doing anything, like a strategy wise, like I would play that up personally. It's like, whoa, like what do you mean you don't have a strategy in place? It's like, hang on, man. Like, pause. Like, on it. Yeah, it's like, well, just time out for a second. Like you aren't currently doing anything to help you with, and then whatever they said, you're currently doing anything to help you with the low energy? It's like, no. Well, how long have you not done anything then? What's prevented you from putting a plan together and actually doing something about this?
Yeah.
Like, just like these conversations will be different. Right? It's not an outbound call anymore, which is cool. But yeah, we now have grounds to challenge. Respectfully.
And at that point, can we hit him with like, so then how serious are you about actually like improving the like low energy or whatever they say at that point? Like you don't have a plan in place, so like is it something that you actually want to get under control, or is it too soon in the call to throw something like that at him?
Yeah, so nothing's black and white. There will be gray area here. I'm also going to venture to say that you're not really going to know until you've gone, like, you're not going to know where the line is until you found the line, right? So it's like, you know, like we're going to have to push the boundary maybe a little bit, and then you're going to get people to say, and it's like, oh, that was probably a touch too far. You can pull back from that. It's better than guessing. But yes, I would say err on the side of just like respectfully challenging guys rather than letting them off the hook.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want more training like this inside of a community of more appointment setters in a bite-sized manner where you're going to be able to get all the information, you could head over to our community called Setter Central.
It's completely free. We'll drop the link below. There's 6 free training portals for you guys to dive into. So head over to settercentral.co if you have any value from this. Otherwise, keep crushing it. Peace.